Ladies and gentlemen, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. You don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your discipline. And if you're not pushing yourself every single day, let me tell you something, you are drifting, not developing. Let me give you a kingdom principle. In the book of Proverbs it says, "The hand of the diligent shall rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute." That means if you are not diligently pursuing excellence every day, you'll live your life under the weight of someone else's vision. You'll work for someone else's dream because you didn't push yourself hard enough to manifest your own. See, pushing yourself is not about being perfect. It's not even about being the best. It's about becoming better than you were yesterday. And here's the thing, improvement is intentional. You don't stumble into greatness. You push your way there. You fight laziness. You resist the temptation to procrastinate. You overcome the lie that says, "I'll do it tomorrow." Because tomorrow is not promised and greatness doesn't wait. When you push yourself every day, you're not just getting stronger, you're telling your subconscious, "I am serious about my calling." You're telling God, "I'm a good steward of the gifts you've given me." You're telling the world, "Watch out, I'm not settling for mediocrity." It's easy to say, "I want more." But the people who have more, they do more, they become more, they push through fear, they push past fatigue, they push beyond failure. They understand that resistance is the sign that growth is happening. So if it's hard, good, that means you're on the right track. Push yourself when no one is watching. Push yourself when you feel like quitting. Push yourself when it would be easier to coast. Because what you do in the dark will be rewarded in the light. And the grind you're pushing through today will become the grace you walk in tomorrow. Don't you dare wait for motivation. Motivation is seasonal, but purpose is eternal. Purpose doesn't ask how you feel, it demands that you move. So move, push, stretch yourself. You were never meant to live average. You were never created to just survive. You were designed by a divine creator to thrive, to dominate, to rule. So get up early, stay up late, read the books, practice the craft, build the business, preach the message, train the body, discipline the mind, lead your family, build your faith, break the cycle, and push yourself every single day, because the promise belongs to those who press. The crown belongs to those who carry the cross. The victory belongs to those who won't quit. So I leave you with this. The next level of your life is not waiting for you, it's waiting on you. Push yourself to meet it. Discipline is the most underrated key to greatness, and yet it's the most essential. See, too many people are trying to achieve extraordinary outcomes with casual effort. But you can't treat your goals like a hobby and expect championship-level results. Discipline is not about doing what you feel like doing, it's about doing what must be done. Even when you don't feel like it, it's the foundation of all consistent growth. And growth doesn't happen because you had a good day, it happens because you had a disciplined day. One day, then another, and another. Stack enough disciplined days, and you don't just see results, you become someone new. Success is a deposit, not a lottery ticket. It's not a one-time payout, it's compound interest. Every day you wake up early when you wanted to sleep in, you're making a deposit. Every time you stick to the plan instead of getting distracted, that's a deposit. Every time you do the thing you committed to doing, especially when it's uncomfortable, that's another deposit. And eventually that account grows, not overnight, not in a week, but over time. Discipline pays you in results no motivation could ever match. See, most people are trying to live off motivation, but motivation is temporary. Discipline is eternal. Motivation is like a sugar rush, it gets you excited, but leaves you crashing. Discipline is the protein, it builds something strong in you. It's what allows you to show up day after day, even when the excitement is gone. And that's what separates those who finish from those who fade. Bible says, "He who is faithful in little will be faithful in much." What does that mean? It means God isn't watching your highlight reel, He's watching how you handle the daily, ordinary, behind the scenes stuff, the early mornings, the hard conversations, the times when no one is clapping you. That's where discipline lives. And if you can't be faithful in the small tasks, you won't be trusted with the big opportunities. Discipline also breeds identity. Every time you push through discomfort, you're sending a message to your mind. This is who I am now. You're not just doing disciplined things, you're becoming a disciplined person. That's the power of consistency. That's why you can't afford to skip the process. Every skipped day isn't just a missed opportunity, it's a message to your identity that the old you is still in charge. Are you building discipline or just chasing dopamine? Are you committed to the process, or are you still looking for shortcuts? Because if you want compound results, you need compound effort. And that only comes from one thing: discipline. Push yourself daily, not for the applause, but for the transformation. Because the disciplined version of you, that version is unstoppable. Pressure is not your enemy, it's your partner in transformation. See, we've been conditioned to think that pressure means something's going wrong, but the truth is, pressure often means you're on the brink of breakthrough. Your potential doesn't show up when everything is smooth and easy. No, it gets revealed in the fire. It gets revealed when your back is against the wall, when you feel like quitting, when you're being stretched beyond your limits. That's when the real you shows up. That's when God starts to mold the version of you that's been hiding beneath layers of comfort and complacency. You think diamonds just appear? No. Diamonds are carbon that endured extreme pressure. Without the pressure, there is no transformation, and the same is true for your calling. The pressure you feel right now in your business, in your body, in your finances, in your relationships, it's not meant to destroy you. It's meant to develop you. Pressure is proof that you're being prepared for something greater than what you've been through. Now listen closely. Potential is cheap if it's never tested. Everybody's got potential. But what separates the average from the extraordinary is how they respond to pressure. Do you collapse, or do you convert it into strength? Do you retreat, or do you rise? Pressure gives you a choice to bow out or to break through. And the reason most people never reach their true greatness is because they mistake pressure for punishment instead of seeing it as preparation. Here's the deeper truth. When God is trying to elevate you, He will allow you to be pressed. Why? Because what's inside you has to be refined. Your gift is too heavy to be carried by a version of you that's still afraid of being uncomfortable. So God puts you in situations that require strength you didn't know you had. He puts you in rooms where your insecurity gets challenged. He puts weight on you so you can develop the muscles to carry your next assignment. And when you push yourself through that pressure daily, not once, not occasionally, but every single day, you build resilience, you build confidence, you build grit. You start to realize that the pressure wasn't punishment at all. It was the process. The pain you felt was actually power being formed. You needed that weight to wake you up. You needed that stress to sharpen you. You needed that challenge to change you. So stop running from pressure, lean into it, embrace it, use it. Because on the other side of that pressure is a stronger, wiser, more focused version of you. And you will never meet that version if you keep retreating every time it gets hard. Push yourself every day to face that pressure head on. That's where greatness lies, not in the ease, but in the effort. Not in the comfort, but in the crushing. And what's crushed today will shine tomorrow. Excuses are the language of limitation, and every time you make one, you build a wall between you and your greatness. Excuses don't just delay your progress, they destroy your potential. See, it's easy to rationalize your lack of movement. I'm tired. I don't have enough time. I wasn't raised with those resources. But let me tell you something. None of those things have the power to stop you unless you believe they do. Excuses are lies dressed up as reasons, and the longer you entertain them, the further you drift from the life you were born to live. You can't have excellence and excuses in the same space. One will always cancel out the other. The person of excellence doesn't look for a way out, they look for a way through. When something goes wrong, they don't say, "Why me?" They say, "What can I learn? How can I grow? What must I change?" Excuses make you feel good in the moment, but they steal your greatness in the long term. Excellence, on the other hand, demands ownership, full ownership. That means no blaming, no finger disappointing, no victim mentality. Let's get real. There's always going to be a reason not to do it. There will always be an obstacle, always a challenge, always a distraction. But champions are not those who avoid difficulty, they're the ones who rise above it. And here's what you need to understand. Making excuses is a habit, and just like any habit, the more you repeat it, the more natural it becomes. Before you know it, you've trained your mind to retreat instead of respond, to complain instead of create, to give up instead of grow. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying your situation is easy. I'm not saying the odds aren't real, but I am saying this: you still have a choice. You can't either use your circumstances as a crutch or as a catalyst. You can say, "This is why I can't," or you can say, "This is exactly why I must." Same situation, different mindset, and your mindset will determine whether you're driven or defeated. The Bible says, a lazy man says, "There is a lion in the street," and stays inside. That's an excuse. It's too dangerous. It's not the right time. Meanwhile, those with purpose say, "I'll face the lion if I have to, but I'm not staying stuck." That's the difference between those who make history and those who watch it happen. Catch every excuse as soon as it shows up. Don't entertain it. Don't negotiate with it. Crush it. Replace it with truth. Replace it with action, because every time you kill an excuse, you breathe life into your destiny. You push yourself toward excellence. You step into the person you were created to be, and that version of you. That version doesn't settle. That version doesn't retreat. That version shows up every single day. Faith without action is just fantasy. It sounds good. It feels spiritual. It even impresses people who don't understand real growth. But let me make it plain. If you believe something and you don't back it up with consistent action, that belief is dead. See, too many people are praying for a breakthrough while sitting still. They're asking God for harvest but haven't planted a single seed. They say they believe in their vision, but their feet haven't moved, their hands haven't worked, and their schedule hasn't changed. And that kind of faith, it's not faith, it's imagination. Faith isn't passive. Faith is not sitting on the couch waiting for a miracle. Faith is movement. Faith is motion. Faith is when you speak the word and then walk it out. That means when you believe that your calling is real, you get up and you push yourself every day to live like it. You organize your time, you study your craft, you develop discipline. You knock on doors even when you don't hear anything on the other side. Because faith isn't about seeing first, it's about moving first. That's what activates the blessing. The book of James says it clearly: faith without works is dead. In other words, if you say you have faith but you don't do anything, your faith is lifeless. You can talk about your dream all you want. You can journal it. You can vision board it. But until your actions align with your belief, nothing changes. Heaven doesn't respond to hope alone, it responds to obedience. And obedience is action. Obedience is discipline. Obedience is waking up at 5 a.m. when you don't feel like it. Obedience is staying focused when distractions show up. Obedience is pushing yourself when comfort tries to pull you back. Don't tell me you're waiting on God when God is waiting on you. He already gave you the idea. He already put the gift inside you. He already opened the opportunity, but you're still waiting for a sign. The sign is your life. The sign is that you're breathing. That means you still have a shot. That means you still have time to move. But time is not forever, and neither is the window of opportunity. When God gives you a window, you don't stare through it, you jump through it. Push yourself every day to make your faith visible. Let your habit testify. Let your consistency be the evidence. Let your results preach louder than your words, because the world doesn't need more people who believe, it needs more people who act on what they believe. Your calling is powerful, but only if you participate in it. So stop saying one day, start saying today. Get up, go after it, apply the pressure, execute the plan. Trust that as you move, heaven moves with you. And when you combine faith with focused action, nothing can stop you. Not fear, not failure, not lack. Because faith in motion always produces momentum, and that's where your next level begins. Your daily habits are not just routines, they are blueprints of your future. What you do consistently is what shapes your identity, your income, your health, your relationships, and your spiritual growth. You cannot separate your destiny from your discipline. You cannot expect to live like royalty while thinking like a peasant and acting like a procrastinator. That's not how elevation works. The truth is, your life is always moving in the direction of your habits. If your habits are weak, your future will be too. But if your habits are intentional, powerful, and purpose-driven, then your future will reflect that same power. Look at any area of your life where you're not growing. It's tied to a habit that's either missing or misaligned. You want to build wealth, but your daily spending is undisciplined. You want a strong body, but your diet and workout are inconsistent. You want deep relationships, but you don't invest time or presence. You want to be close to God, but your spiritual practices are surface level or non-existent. Your intentions are noble, but your habits are weak. And here's the hard truth: intentions don't change your life. Habits do. Let me put it to you this way. Hope is not a strategy. You can hope all you want, but if your habits don't match your hope, then your life will stay stuck. Your schedule has to reflect your calling. Your actions have to echo your vision. You can't say, "I want to be successful," and then sleep in every day, scroll mindlessly, or waste your evenings. Every time you repeat a habit, you are casting a vote for the person you are becoming. That means when you choose discipline, focus, and intentionality, you are saying, "I am becoming the version of me that is worthy of the life I'm praying for." And guess what? God blesses order. God blesses structure. He is not the author of confusion, which means if your life is chaotic, it's not because God hasn't shown up, it's because your habits haven't aligned with His principles. Scripture says, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." In simple terms, what you do daily is what you will harvest eventually. So if you don't like the harvest, don't curse the seed, change the one planting it. That's you. Push yourself every day to upgrade your habits. Start small if you have to. Wake up 30 minutes earlier, read 10 pages a day, eat one clean meal, say one powerful affirmation, spend 15 minutes in prayer or meditation, make one business call, but whatever you do, do it daily, because the power isn't in what you do once, it's in what you do consistently. And when your habits start to align with your highest calling, watch what happens. Doors open, opportunities multiply, focus sharpens, confidence builds, and momentum carries you to places that motivation could never take you. That's the power of daily discipline. That's the fruit of consistent alignment. That's the evidence of a life that's pushing itself every single day. Everything you're praying for, working toward, and believing in, it's on the other side of your daily discipline. It's not hidden in a secret strategy. It's not locked in some unreachable place. It's in your routine. It's in how you show up every single day when no one's clapping, when no one sees, when there's no spotlight. That's where champions are made. That's where legacy is built. You were not created to live average. You weren't formed in your mother's womb, filled with divine potential, just to blend in, just to coast, just to survive. No, you were designed to dominate, to lead, to influence, to serve at the highest level. But that version of you is only unlocked when you decide, no more coasting, no more excuses, no more hiding. I will push myself every single day until I become the person I was born to be. When you embrace discipline, lean into pressure, eliminate excuses, activate your faith with action, and build habits that reflect your destiny, then you'll start to walk in divine momentum. You'll see that greatness was never about talent, it was always about tenacity. It was always about obedience to the calling. It was always about commitment to the process. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment, only purposeful movement. Get up, lock in, focus up, build daily, pray hard, work harder, and push yourself every single day, not just because of where you are, but because of who you're becoming. Let the world see your faith through your grind. Let heaven see your honor through your habits. And let your results be a testimony that you were never lazy with your purpose, never casual with your calling, and never timid with your time, because the person who pushes wins, lets go,